Hi everybody, Brent Jones NuHomeSource Realty. How are you? Let's talk about which you would prefer. I'm going to ask a question. Which would you prefer? That home prices come down or that interest rates go up? Which of those two do you think is the most likely scenario that's going to happen, and which would actually be most beneficial to you? Let's get into this. Let's talk about this. Before we get started, click notifications, follow me, like this video, share this video with family and friends that are thinking about buying a house or selling a house, and leave me a comment. So we're going to get into a little bit of math. I'm going to make it enjoyable. It's not going to be math like high school or whatever, and there won't be a test. There should be, but there won't be. Well, we're going to talk about a little bit of math. So the American dream, you want to buy a house, but you're scared. You're concerned with what's going on in the economy. Interest rates are going up, and the real estate market is cooling off, so home prices are beginning to come down. Which of those two scenarios do you think is the most likely it's going to happen, and which would benefit you the most? Do you think interest rates going up is a very high likelihood, and do you think home property values going down is a high likelihood? With inflation, the federal government has already said that they're going to be raising interest rates. They already have, and they're going to continue. We're going to talk about, and I've got a trusted little chart here that I'm going to talk to you about in just a second. I've already done the math for you, so we'll talk about that. But so of those two things, home prices coming down and interest rates going up, which of those two would be the best for you? Think about that. I've got a lot of buyers that really aren't paying all that much attention to the interest rates. They're thinking more about, I'm going to wait because I think the real estate market's going to crash and I want home prices to come down. The real estate market's not going to crash. There will be a downturn in that prices will come down because with the interest rates going up, you're going to have less buyers in the market. So supply and demand, less demand means prices are going to come down. It's not going to crash. It's just a normal circumstance of interest rates going up and having a decrease in demand. So home prices will come down. Let's talk about which of those two factors are the most important to you. Interest rates going up or home prices coming down. So again, I'm going to post this so you'll be able to look at it yourself. But again, I've already done your homework for you. Don't worry. And we're going to get into some math, but it won't be too complicated. If there was a $500,000 house and it actually went down to $450,000, that's a good thing, right? Yeah. But if interest rates on the $500,000 house, if interest rates were at 6%, and now the house has gone down to $450,000, but the interest rates have gone up to, let's say, 7.25%. Do you know that you're going to be paying significantly more for that? If it was $500,000 and it's gone down to $450,000, but the interest rates have gone up 1.25%, do you know that you would be saving $50,000 on the cost of the house, but over the term of the mortgage, 30 years, you're actually going to end up paying over $75,000 more because interest rates went up. So yes, the price of the house did go down by $50,000, but because interest rates went up 1.25%, you're going to end up paying $75,000. Here's one more scenario. If we were at the $450,000 house, let's say it went down $25,000 down to $425,000. And let's say interest rates just went from 7.25% to 8%. So not a full point increase, but just from 7.25% to 8%. Do you know that you would have saved $25,000 off the cost of the house because it went from $450,000 down to $425,000? But because interest rates went up 0.75 points, it's going to cost you $45,000. So, interest rates are what really, really matter. Interest rates going up is what's going to cost you more money. You waiting for the home prices to come down is only going to cost you more money because interest rates are going to be going up. It's interest rates that you really need to pay attention to. So here's the thing. Waiting is only going to cost you more and more and more money. If you're serious about getting a house, you really need to be focusing on what interest rates are doing and get yourself locked into a good interest rate now before they continue to go up. I've got lots of great lenders I can refer you to. I've been doing this for 32 years. I know the good and the bad. I mainly know the good. I've had some lenders that I've used for years and years and years, and actually used myself personally when my wife and I bought our house. So I walk what I talk. When I recommend a lender, I recommend them because I've had personal experience. But think about this. It'd be a great time to go ahead and get pre-approved, pre-qualified. Get yourself locked into a interest rate now. Interest rates are about 6% now. Get locked in now before they continue to go up, and the federal government tells us they are going to go up. So again, it's focus on interest rates. So get locked into a interest rate now, and 6% is still not bad. I mean, it's not the threes that we had a couple of years ago, but 6% is still a reasonable interest rate. I remember when I was a kid, and why I remember this, I have no idea. But I remember my father complaining about the interest rate he was paying on the mortgage of the house that we grew up in. He was paying 12% interest. Now, why as a kid I would remember that, I have no idea. Maybe I was destined to be in real estate from the very beginning. But 6% is a reasonable interest rate. And again, if you're seriously thinking about buying a house, focus on the interest rate, not necessarily the property prices. Let's get you locked in. I'll be happy to recommend some good lenders to you. Call, text, email me, direct message me. And again, I'm going to post this chart online so you can see specifically. I know I hit those numbers fairly fast, but you can see significantly how when home prices go down, okay, that's great, but when interest rates go up, it's going to end up costing you more money regardless of what happened to the price of the home. It's interest rates that you need to focus on. Hope this helps. Hope it wasn't too much math. Feel free to reach out to me, Brent Jones, NuHomeSource Realty, 214-649-4528. Again, call, text, email, direct message me, carrier pigeon, whatever you'd like. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.